Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to our Wrath of the Lich King Timewalking campaign. We are at the Fizzlecrank airstrip, or even the Fizzcrank airstrip, and we have a bunch of quests to take.
Interesting.
We've started learning about somebody who's making mechagnomes against their will, so reversing the curse of flesh and turning regular gnomes into mechagnomes sounds kind of familiar, almost like a recent story that was told in WoW. But that's kind of what's happening here. Finding pilot Tailspin. I should have flown the mission myself. It's not that I don't trust Tailspin, far from it. Heck, he was the best wingman I ever flew with. No, it's just that it's my responsibility to lead a mission of such import. I sent Tailspin with our fastest recon squadron to gather information about the Nerubian infestation in the middle of Geyser Fields. The last report we received placed his squadron in the pools to the far south, and just west of the Nerubian sinkholes. Find Tailspin.
Off and away.
Maybe we've concluded most of our arc with the... We changed some half-converted gnomes back into their old selves, and we teleported them back here, actually. So maybe that kind of concluded that arc. Maybe now we're moving on to talk about the Nerubians, which would be interesting. Let's see what everyone else has for us.
Good day to you.
Lefty Lucy Righty Tighty. Okay, I think we're ready for the penultimate assault. Before you can bring down Mechazod, you're going to have to dismantle his lieutenants first. You'll find Twonky, Maz Blasto, and the Grinder at the West Point, North Point, Mid Point, and South Point stations respectively. To get them to show up, just turn the valves at the stations to mess up whatever they're trying to do out there. You can't miss the places. They all have spinning lights. We can't miss the places because unlike when this quest was first created, we actually have a handy dandy little marker on our map and in our field of view.
Good day to you.
Check in with Bixie. You're a proven heroine. I have another problem. My boss. Twinkie went east with Bixie Wrenchshanker, and I can't get the outgoing on this thing to work. Tinkie's the only one that can fix it, and we really need it working 100%. You think you could find them? Bixie said something about following some old Magnetar to a place called the Dens of the Dying. I'm guessing that's where you'll find them. You can catch a ride out there by talking with Kara Thrice-Star at the runway.
Off and away.
That'll probably be one of the last things we do here, because it seems like it leads somewhere else.
Hi, you're a tall one.
Just a few more things. As you may have noticed, we created the airstrip on the southern border of a Magnetar den. Crafty says something uncharitable about Fizzcrank under her breath. The old man has put me in charge of finding a, creative solution to this situation. If we don't deal with them soon, they'll come down here and tear us limb from limb. That's where you come in. I want you to get me everything on this shopping list, please. Collect tools, capacitor, handful of Rochnar's grit.
Very good.
Alright, well then, in that case, let's take a look at what we have going on. And we'll just kind of try to tackle these in an order that makes sense. That being said, we are going to have to fight our way through some of these enemies that we've already dealt with before. There's the valve we have to mess with. Yep, that pissed him off all right. I don't know if we should just be melee attacking or if we need to be casting Lightning Bolt. I can't really tell where the higher DPS is at. They might be basically equivalent. I'd almost rather just let us melee attack, auto attack, than to have to cast more Lightning Bolts. Didn't think I'd be doing a lot of lightning bolt casting as enhancement, but then again, I've never really played the spec, so I'm learning everything about it as we go. What would really help us, though, is if we had our enchants up. That would improve our melee attack, most likely. I had a feeling we were going to aggro something here. At least we didn't get both of them. Oh, that was as I miss target and pull the guy back there. Now we have too many. Possibly too many for us to deal with. Probably get another heal off at least. Well, it wasn't ideal, but it worked out. At 25, we get our next talent. We got chain heal. Not sure how much chain healing we're going to be doing. And I don't really know why our action bars are still locked. They definitely were not locked at some point or another. We've been moving abilities around pretty freely up until now. Let's see, where is this? Oh, it is right in front of us.
I need to get closer. I need to target something first.
Now, it says that we can find these tools, but I'm assuming they're going to be back up top. Doesn't seem like they're down here, at least. Well, then again, the indicator is saying that they're down here. Are we just not paying attention to something? Oh, okay. Yeah, they are down here. They're just neatly tucked away over here. That one's way, way out there. Let's head up here and we'll do this one. I just don't want to chain a bunch of them behind us, otherwise I'd run from more. It doesn't seem like it's too smart out here to run from too many. Like, we're gonna have to fight this one. There's one on the other side of this that we might as well pull him and hope he doesn't run some weird path. Okay, he didn't. Wait a minute. It's gonna let us use it over and over again and respawn him infinitely? That doesn't seem quite right, but okay. I guess we could spawn him over and over and over again. I don't know why someone would want to do that, but apparently it is an option. Let's just pull this one behind us and hope he doesn't dismount us. Whoops, as we get stuck by clipping on a hillside. That might not have been the smartest move. I'd like to drop this one. Oh, these two. But they're not dropping, so... Okay, we're in a really bad situation here. Well, that made it a little better. We lost one of them. Okay, so the one dropping, that saved us most likely.
I need a target.
Let's get a heal off before we mess with this valve.
I need to get closer.
Not sure why I'm using lightning bolt there. That was pretty stupid. Unless we're supposed to. Unless lightning bolt is a part of it.
I need a target.
Alright, so they're all taken care of. We can run down here and we can find Pilot Tailspin. And then maybe we should run right out here after that. We could go down here, but I think that's going to take us through some different quests, so we should kind of wrap up what we have going on, I guess. Yeah, okay, let's do that. It's possible that Tailspin might open up a bunch of quests for us too. If he does, maybe they'll be out this way a little bit. If he's alive. If we don't just find his broken body smashed into, you know, a million pieces. Which looks like it could be the case. We have some oil-stained wolves we have to fight. And a Scavenge Bot 005B6. Oh, he's alive. Well, look at that. I bet he wants us to fight some wolves, though, doesn't he?
Greetings.
Thank goodness. It was terrible. There was a bright flash on the ground, and then, the next thing I know, the squadron's going down. I'm hurt pretty badly, so I haven't had a chance to comb the site for other survivors. But something tells me I don't think there will be many. Iggy grimaces in pain. Will you help me complete my mission?
Alrighty then.
So you're gonna have quests for us.
Honored, I'm sure.
A little bit of spice. The wolves have been pawing through the wreckage ever since the crash, and I'm afraid they consumed the microfilm from our mission in the process. I have a plan to recover that microfilm, but I need your help to make it work. To the south and east, in the floodplains, live creatures called Gorloks. They prepare their foods with noxious spices, which would sicken any other creature. If you can gather enough spice pouches from Gorlok steam belchers or Gorlok waddlers, I can make the wolf bait. Okay.
Very well then.
A story of wolves and their poop in 2 parts. We can do this because we'll make a course through here and we'll head out to just a few more things. That should work. In the meantime, not too keen on unnecessarily fighting any of these guys. If we could find a way up the hill. That's the big challenge, I guess. Okay, so we need 4 spice pouches from these not Gorloks.
It's too far away.
So not 100% drop rate. Not sure what's going on with the steam
I
frogs,
don't have a target.
but maybe we will eventually find out. Apparently he's called for reinforcements, or we just got too close to one we didn't see before this.
I need to target something first.
If we start at our max range, we can get 3 lightning bolts, and maybe we should be doing more of that, I suppose. We didn't really keep heading out anywhere, did we? We are going to run all the way out to a few more things, because I bet both of them are going to be over in this area.
I need to get closer.
I like these standing stones over here. I like that this area right here that we're in is very visually different than the other parts of Borean Tundra that we've been in. I think there is a lot of visual diversity in the landscape of the tundra. More than I remembered. Chieftain. I wonder, he's not even marked to potentially drop a quest item, but let's take him out anyway. Because why not?
It's too far away.
Yep, he had nothing for us. We'll probably get tasked to hunt him down at some point. Okay, that's all the pouches we need. Now we're going to go ahead and head over this way. It's only 730 yards. Is this the Tuskar village? Or no, it's the Tonkail village. Wait, are these the not Tauren that we never get as an allied race ever? The Tonkla? That's right. So these guys aren't friendly to us, are they? Remember the Tonkla? Remember when we thought you'd ever get to play Tonkla? Oh shit! He's gonna two-shot us. Okay, well, it's on a 6-minute cooldown. And now we're flagged for PvP, which might be an issue. We've run into some Horde players while questing here in Northrend, so we'll see how this goes
Not enough mana.
for the next 5 minutes. That's what I get for being curious. Don't like the look of the necropoli there. If you look at this necropolis, it looks very much like artwork that we see now for the Maldraxxus zone in Shadowlands, and this is Nerubian. Ziggurat Defender. Do we just attack it? I guess so. Part of me just wants to run back and turn in what we've done so far. Which is, I guess the only thing that's going back there is lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. And this guy's going to want us to do something else, but we can do that on the way as well. So let's get these turned in. And I think if you were just trying to level as quickly as possible, you'd probably do this stuff in a little bit of a different order than I'm doing it. I kind of want to wrap up certain areas before I do a circuit of the zone and move on to different areas. If that makes any sense at all.
Hi, how are you?
We'll see what else he wants us to do. If it's right nearby with these wolves, we might do it really fast before heading back to the airstrip. Iggy holds his nose as he empties the spice pouches and addresses you in a nasally voice. Now that we have what we need, I'll combine it with my emergency rations to create a bait for the wolves. Whatever you do, don't eat this bait yourself. Just set it down in the vicinity of an oil-soaked wolf. If they're desperate enough to eat the microfilm, they'll come running when they smell the bait. Simply wait for nature to take its course, and then all you need to do is search the byproduct for the film. I offer you my special lupus pupus scopus for the job, but I left it back at the airstrip. I'm afraid you'll have to conduct the search the old-fashioned way.
Very good.
Don't you just love quests that are just jokes where they have your character dig through shit? It's really wonderful. And by wonderful, I mean it's not. There's nothing fun about a quest when the point is to make a wolf take a crap and then dig through it with your hands. Yeah, that's just not really great. It's the same animation from the poop from Hellfire Peninsula. The demon dogs there, you had to dig through their poop as well. Is there a chance they just get pissed off at us and attack us without defecating? Is that something that can happen, or are we going to get 100% poop rate? For lack of a better term. Yeah, I don't think there's anything really interesting about this one. Iggy holds his nose as he accepts the microfilm from you. Yuck. Well, we've complied with section 8.2 paragraph B of the emergency protocol here and recovered the film. Nothing in the protocol says I'm responsible for cleaning it, though. Haha. Emergency protocol section 8.2 paragraph C. Injured or not, as squadron commander, I'm responsible for locating and returning the insignia of all fallen pilots under my command. In all the years I've flown with Fizzlecrank, we've never failed to return the signet of a pilot. My injuries make it dangerous for me to stray far from the safety of the wreckage, but perhaps you would be willing to help me recover the insignia. In the meantime, I'll make preparations to carry out my final duty as squadron commander.
Very well, then.
So I did see the dead body of a pilot up on the ridge. I'm assuming we're looking for dead gnome bodies. We could probably do that real fast, and then we'll run back up to the airstrip. Let's just see if we can find some nearby. We need 6, which seems like a lot for just locating dead bodies, but maybe they'll be right around this area. And even better, maybe there'll be a 100% drop rate. Or pickup rate? Not sure what you'd call that. It says search the body for insignia. I don't know if that means there's a chance we could fail at finding one, or if that's just the action we take to find one off of every body. We'll find out soon enough. Yeah, like this one we can't even search him, so this is a good view. I see one down there and one over here by the Nerubian mound, I guess you'd call it. This also has quite an area that we could search through, so that's good. The weird thing is I think all these bodies are the same exact model. We've seen a lot of cloning issues going on here in Northrend. Yeah, it's the same dead gnome over and over again. A little bit immersion breaking. Sometimes it feels like Ghost Wolf is just as quick as our regular speed mount that we have. I believe it's at level 40? Maybe it's earlier than that now, that we can get the faster riding. I mean, level cap is going to be 50, so maybe it's not 40. It could be as early as level 20. I will have to look and see if maybe we can upgrade our riding speed soon.
Good day to you.
We got all the insignia. Thank you once again. With your help, I may yet be able to complete this mission, disastrous as it's been, and return to Fizzlecrank to make my report and properly honor the dead. I know it's Fizzcrank, and I know that I've been saying Fizzlecrank, and I'll probably just keep saying Fizzlecrank. Emergency Protocol Section 8.2, Paragraph D. There's only one more thing left to do before I can finally return to the airstrip and make my report. Section 8.2, Paragraph D of the Emergency Protocol requires me to scuttle as much of the wreckage as possible in order to prevent our technology from falling into enemy hands. I'll give you my torch if you agree to help me complete this last duty. I don't want to think about what the Horde Goblins, allies, will do if these machines fall into their hands. The Horde's Goblin allies? Okay,
Off and away.
let's do it. Oh, these are in very specific spots. That's interesting. Well, that should just make it even easier. Now that we literally don't have to do any actual searching at all. I really wish we could run up some of these hills, though. That would be grand, wouldn't it? Come on, goat. It's not a goat. Well, technically, I guess it is. You decide. I don't really want to fight all this stuff. Was kind of hoping for a sneakier approach. That didn't happen. See if we can get right in here and just take out this one wolf. We're still being followed. I'd like for that to stop. Are you shitting me? Okay then. They have very long leashes. I'm hoping we can just take on this one and that we've lost the other. Yeah, it looks like he's running back, finally. Of course we'll take out the robot first, why not? It shows 2 more on the map, but I guess we have our pick. We could have done one or the other because we only need a southern wreck. So there were apparently multiple wrecks for each direction. At least that was true of the southern one. We have to get pretty close, actually.
Hi, how are you?
Once again, you have my thanks. Without you, I would not have been able to recover anything useful from this disaster. Would you be willing to head back to the airstrip and let Fizzcrank know that I'll be along shortly to give my formal report? I've got to deal with the wreckage of my flying machine, and then I'll be on my way. I'll be certain that Fizzcrank knows that he has you to thank for my survival and the recovery effort. I only wonder what the old man would have done himself if he'd been flying with us. I miss those days.
Very good.
Very good. Well, it was good that we wrapped that up first, because now we can head back to the airstrip and we can turn in both of these. After that, we will check in with Bixie, I think. Well, apparently at some point we missed a quest, scouting the sinkholes. Abner Fizzletorque here, we must have ran right by him. Fizzcrank sent out an aerial surveillance team to map the Nerubian sinkholes in the southern part of the Geyser Fields, but they haven't yet returned. I can't afford to wait any longer for their information, so I'm going to need someone to check out those sinkholes on foot. I understand the dangers involved, and I'll compensate you accordingly. Take this map with you and record the vital information about each of the sinkholes.
You have a great day now.
Alright, fair enough. We're not done here. Not completely.
Hey!
Wow, you survived. I guess all that's left to do now is to deal with Gearmaster Mechazod. We will take that
Off and
next
away.
time. We are going to get this other one turned in. And then I think this will be a place for a little bit of a break. And we'll kind of map out what we plan to do next.
Can I help you?
Fizzcrank listens to your report, looking somewhat relieved. I should have gone with them. We might have been able to complete the mission without losing any pilots. Tailspin is right, though. We have you to thank for what you've been able to salvage. Your efforts may just make the difference in the fight against the Nerubians.
Daylight's burning.
He's out of quest, and we have a new helm to equip. Very Vicruel looking. Still kind of gets rid of all of our hair. I really wish we still had the option just to hide our helmet. That would be really neat. But we don't. We should also equip this chest upgrade that we must have gotten a while ago. Just gives us a little bit of a color change, okay. And yeah, we'll take a break here since we are in a rested area. And when we come back, we will go mark these sinkholes, which we probably could have been doing all along. And I guess after that, we are going to be taking on Mechazod. We'll pick that quest up and check that out next time as well. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me here today. I can't tell you how much your support means. So just take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back in Northrend soon. Bye now.